Ah, how I do love my country. It is so awesome and stable. Whoa, dudes, what the heck? I can't believe you've done this. You know what? I'm done. Fine. Good luck running this country. Wow, so uncool. The 1930s in Spain was a fun time filled with this and this. After a while of unrest due to a military dictatorship propped up by King Alfonso XIII, who was the reigning monarch at the time, the government basically kicked Alfonso out of the country. Alfonso left the country without any argument for some reason, leading to a republic being formed. This republic did multiple things like land redistribution and letting women vote. They also changed the flag to this, which just undid all good things the government could have done, because come on, who could actually take this flag seriously? After a while of unrest in the country, multiple riots and revolts happened, eventually leading to a revolutionary occupation of Spanish Morocco in July of 1936. The group that occupied Spanish Morocco was led by Francisco Franco, who would become the main anti-republic figure during the war. The reason they occupied Morocco was because they thought the government would be too scared to fight and surrender. But, of course, that didn't happen because that would be way too easy. Instead, the government decided to issue weapons to unions to fight the revolutionaries. At this point, the Civil War started to kick off, with the military supporting the revolution and the Navy supporting the Republic. This would have seemed to be an easy victory for the Republic if they could keep the revolutionaries, now called the Nationalists, in Morocco, but by the end of 1936, the Nationalists had control of 1/3 of the country. Now who's ready for some battles? Oh, not you? Too bad! The bombing of the city of Guernica was an aerial attack carried out by the German Luftwaffe's Condor Legion and the Italian Legionary Air Force. Most historians nowadays consider the bombings a war crime, but, let's be real, the entire war was a war crime, so, are we really counting at this point? Starting in December 1938, the offensive aimed to take Barcelona from the Republicans. In January 1939, the Nationalists took Barcelona with some help from our good old friends, the Condor Legion of the Luftwaffe. Seeing that Barcelona was the Republic's capital since 1937, the government had to flee the city before it fell. They eventually reached France, where they formed a government in exile. Also, the capture of Barcelona is where George Orwell fought valiantly for the Republican Army. Just kidding, he got shot. The Siege of Madrid was a 2.5-year siege. After a couple of failed captures and a couple bombing runs by the Italians, the Nationalists finally captured the city in 1939 due to many riots in the city because of food shortages. This battle marked the end of the war. After Madrid fell to Nationalist forces, the war was declared to be over, with Francisco Franco, who was the leader of the Nationalists, becoming the new dictator of Spain. In the end, the Spanish Civil War killed possibly around 2 million soldiers and civilians, but numbers are now disputed. Now that the Civil War was over, Franco needed to rebuild Spain, but that was going to be easy because it wasn't like any of his allies were going to be engulfed in a global war, right? Oh, come on!